Hi, my name is Alexander Muto, and I'm applying for GYLS 2015 this year. So, before I start, I kind of want to tell you a little bit about why I want to be a youth lead. And to do that, I'm going to tell you a short story that means a lot to me. So, back in the day, like 5 years ago, when I first started on kind of this self-awareness self-discovery journey, I was going through a really hard time during middle school, and I was really crushed. So, over the period of time I was in middle school and before that I really got bullied a lot, and I really didn't know myself, and I let others kind of define who I was. I created this kind of second ego, or this second alternative ego that was kind of like my imaginary best friend. And through that, I was actually able to have her embody everything I desired. I actually went through one day in a garden what would be considered a Dickinson's process, or something from the book Man's Search for Meaning, but I didn't know about that at the time. I actually came up with it on my own from my experience from acting, because I'd acted since a young age, so I actually created another archetype for myself that I could switch. So one day in a garden, I actually decided to switch into this archetype, and I saw everything I desired in my life in that instant. And so I made a commitment that day, and it's changed my life to pursue the person I want to be and to help others do the same. And this is where it comes into place where I want to be a youth lead, is because I always envisioned my future self coming back when I was crying, in the hallways and very depressed and lost. I kind of envisioned myself coming back and saying, hey, it all worked out okay in the end, which it did. And so having that being that guardian angel, or that saving light for myself, is the character I have become, and I want to be able to help others in the way I was able to help myself. So that person coming back and saying, hey, it's going to be okay, you can do this, because I believed I was stuck in that hell for the rest of my life, And one day I decided to, dive into the plunge of unknown, and to define myself the way I wanted. And having that courage and that mentor that I would speak for hours and hours and hours with, this imaginary friend in my head, is something that I want to serve that role for others, because that's the person I've become, because that is the person I have sought all these 5 years, that since that instance. And it's something I've been searching my entire life. I mean, my grandfather died when I was like 5, so I really had a good sense of mortality and a quest for meaning of life since I was really, really young. And I've changed it so much. And I'll tell you at the end of the video, maybe my definition of life, if I have time. My outcomes for GYLS 2015 this year is to pretty much serve as that role I just told you about for others, to be kind of that, light in the darkness, and to help other people overcome, what's stopping them in their life, and to really go even deeper into that kind of coach's level, or to that level where, like you're impacting someone at the soul level, not like you're giving them some great advice for a day. No. I'm talking something about that, really makes a difference in their life for the rest of their life. And this has a lot to do with, my definition of existence, and my primary question, which I will tell you about at the end of the video, is pretty much, okay, I'm just going to tell you now. To answer this question, the reason one of my outcomes for GYLS 2015 this year is to pretty much build connections with people, and to make an impact on people from a soul level, or on a really deep level that really impacts, because meaning of my life is number one, search out and find everything I can in the time I have. Number two is to build connections with people around me and really impact them in a way that means a lot to them. So that's where GYLS 2015 comes in. And then number three is to live life to its fullest, really, like in the time I have. So on that note, I'm going to answer question number two. Question number two is, how has GYLS impacted your life? So I'm going to make this, it's very short and very sweet. Pretty much, GYLS has impacted my life because of the people there, and kind of served as a role model for me. So number one, it's impacted my life because I was able to create the Quiet Leader Score, because I soon realized my first year that, hey, all the stuff I went through on my own in middle school, and I've been searching my whole meaning of life stuff, they teach it and they know how to do it. And they know how to take people through that process, because I wanted to take people through that process. I had no clue how to do it, but I know how to do it for myself. So that's what GYLS meant to me. Another thing was the amazing youth leads prior, and the alumni and the coaches and stuff served as a huge role model for me, because I could see the happiness and the impact they were making on people and their lives, and how they lived, and the resources and tools they knew and understood. They served as a role model for me to say, like, you know, like, what was it in the book Man's Search for Meaning? If you know the why, man can bear with almost any how. And so that goes nonetheless for GYLS. I was able to go through a heck of a lot of pain and suffering to be able to get out, you know, for my friends and me, to get out something meaningful. And I've seen a lot of my friends since diapers that have gone through this process, and they have become liberated and free within themselves and come out of that hell. Because I actually went through middle school with them, and I saw them suffering and die, and I couldn't do anything about it. But once I figured it out, I spread it to all my friends in my entire community, because this is a way out. This is a way how to get out of that, you know, hell within yourself, and to really become who you want. And so that's what it meant to me. And then so now we're going to move to question number 3. Where do I see myself in 5 years? This is question number 3, by the way. So, where I see myself in 5 years is probably still in college or traveling the world. One of my purposes, and also helping other people, I intend to go to college and work in, I got accepted to Portland, Oregon, Lewis and Clark. It's like my dream school. So, I am really excited because they have a huge, like, pretty much, they not only have a great international program and a lot of other stuff, but I'm going to get heavily involved in student government. So a lot of the changes I've been doing here in Maui, I'm going to take and make it international in Lewis and Clark, like I've done in Maui. I've actually created a semi-international organization. We take trips all around the world, and we have partners all around the world. We're called Hawaii Leaders Corps, and it will be in the document later. I'll explain it a little more. But anyway, that's where I see myself in 5 years. I'll probably be in the heart of Asia somewhere, you know, learning Taiwanese or Mandarin Chinese, or just exploring the world kind of solitary by myself. Also impacting and helping people along the way and coaching people. That's something that, you know, is very important to me. But really kind of exploring life and, you know, seeking out and appreciating the beauties of this world. And, you know, maybe I'll be in Europe and the UK. Maybe I'll be in maybe I'll be a public speaker. That's a career I'm really considering right now, is to go out and actually speak and create my own organization, kind of what Anthony Robbins did, but not a copy of him. No, I'm doing it my way. And so, like that, but before I do that, I want to see all the beauties of this world, you know, that is out there. So that's why I'll probably be in 5 years. I'll probably be, you know, probably in some, you know, on a motorcycle I bought, going around. I will still be in college, because I plan to graduate like 6 years, because I'm going to take my friggin' time in college and, you know, really do something, you know, really take my time to absorb each and every class that I'm in. Also probably, I don't know, you know, I may be the leader of some giant organization. I may be, you know, working for you guys. Who knows? So anyway, peace out, and this is Alexander Muto signing off. Hey, one more thing. I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of where I was, and to tell you about this awesome expedition we will be doing to an island you can actually see from my favorite scenic spot. This is where I come to like prime and meditate, by the way. So, this is Kahalavai. So that is this is Kahalavai. So that's like it means where the waters meet. There's like a big bowl in the center. This is Maui. So this is where I live. Actually, I live like over there. And then that's Molokai. That's Molokai. Over. Nope. There. That's Molokai. Okay, so we have 2 kids coming from that island. That's Lanai. We don't have any kids yet coming from that island. And then that's Kaalavi. Right there. So that is Kaho'olawe. We are leading an expedition. Kaho'olawe is a forbidden bombing range island that was used by the U.S. military and for ranching. So there's like nothing there. It actually looks kind of like this. See where I am? See, the whole island kind of looks like that. So no topsoil, no anything. So we're actually doing a restoration project over there. Dash youth leadership, because I know Paul, the leader of the organization. He's a really good friend of mine. I went to school with his son. There it is. And we're planning a leadership expedition with the Hawaii Leaders Corps. We're going over there for Hawaiian cultural knowledge and learning. We're going over there for restoration of the environment, and we're also going over there. I will be teaching a course on leadership and also community involvement to my Hawaii Leaders Corps elite members that have, you know, pulled it together. And we have kids coming from all over the island. We have like most of the 40 kids came from this island, by the way, but we expand. We want to spread out to a lot more islands, so not just Molokai and Lanai, but also Oahu and Niihau and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, have a wonderful day and peace out.